Is the biggest exchange we've ever known about to go bankrupt? I hope not. I mean, that'd be terrible. Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the winds blow. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the The FOMO index has remained at 37, locked in a state of fear. Bitcoin dominance is 48.3%. 24-hour volume is 35 billion, and the overall market cap is 1.05 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, with sentiment at an all-time low, fear growing, interest waning, hodlers having a DCA fiesta of epic proportions, legacy analysts have found a pulse. It's faint, but they found it, and we talked about it. So it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community. Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little dump.
When Hulkamania in the largest arms in the world run wild on you.
Nowhere I can see us dancing around this 25.7 area, then getting hung up on support down 25.2. And Lord love a duck, she didn't do just that. After closing the candle at 25.7, price action dipsy doodled down, pinging the roof on our channel support line at 25.2, and has returned back to at time of production 26K. However, I don't like this wicket left here. I hope we don't see those pesky little brats start singing about enchanted wicks again. Now over on the ding dong, we can see
that which once wicked will get candlestick.
Yeah, there it is. The angelic voices of the children's choir of enchanted wicks, letting us know that 2 juicy wicks have been sacrificed to the gods of wickedness down at 25.2. And although you won't find these pesky little brats in any legacy technical analyst tutorial, they've been more accurate with their sacrificial wicks than any other TA tool I've ever used. Now, zooming out on the ding dong, I wanted to take a look at the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, to see just how oversold we actually are on this current dip, and to put it into perspective, when we hit what is for now our market bottom of 15.5-ish back in November 2022, we were not, I repeat, we're not as oversold as we currently are right now. So does that mean we're going to shoot back up in a jiffy? No, but it's possible. Anything is possible, I suppose. Before we put on our rally caps, notice how long price action stayed at this level before breaking back to the upside. 60 days to be precise. So it did break to the upside, but she lollygagged and kicked tires for 2 months before this price action looky-lulu pulled the trigger. However, with sentiment and volume circling the attention span drain, and most of retail have cleaned their trading desk out a long time ago, it's you, the OG hodler, that's still keeping its finger on this pulse that will inevitably catch the upside when it does finally come. Would you look at that, my friends? The sun is up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth. A day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them anyway. So get out there and knock them dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected elites. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee, join me for a quick one, and by all means, sing it with me now. Around the banks of boom dash bang, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea, hey, whoa. Ching.
We're playing the same games as our psychopathic elected elites. That's right, it's a long game, so zoom out and have a fantastic day.
Scotty Moe down in Boca Raton, Florida, sent me in that. He made a bunch of hats for me. I didn't know what to do with my hat making process because I couldn't get the embroider right from these, drag and drop type of inventory T-shirt sellers. So Scotty Moe reached out and he said he could do it. And so he did it, and I'm just waiting for it. The box should come here. I'm not sure how to get them out because, I guess I could, if you sent me your address, I could send it to you. I don't think it's not going to be on my website or anything, but I'll figure out a way. I have about 40 of them, so they're limited press. I'll only have 40 of them. They're super awesome. They look great. So thank you, Scotty Moe. Check him out as Instagram and as King of all T-shirts down in Boca Raton. Super cool dude. Good morning, everybody. Let me put this goddamn coffee down. Chris Selden, David Sony Music, brand new. pianomattyb OG, thank you for helping build the channel. Squeaky McGee, Larry Hannenberger, Barbaric, Puma, Johnny December, and Belize. pianomattyb OG helping build the channel. JP, Terry Rooster, Jolly Peanut, Terry Crow. pianomattyb OG helping build the channel. Thank you. Sneaky Pete Vaporizer, Misco. pianomattyb OG helping build the channel. Tom Asks 3 in Wales. Welcome, Tom Asks 3. Moxic Waste, pianomattyb OG. So that I remember last Wednesday. It's like this is when the pianomattyb OG membership group tunes in. There's 5. It's pretty awesome. And Storm Chaser video. I just saw that. Yeah, that's 6. pianomattyb OG. Thank you. I appreciate it. Helping build the channel. Cresp, Roland, Dave Digital, Troy N. Chisel, Around the Blockchain. Made a quick little appearance there. Scylla Cyborg, Mario Cantanese, Earth Scum, Ross Mitchell, Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, Crypto, and Silver. Hi from Manchester. What time is it in Manchester? I guess it's 2 o'clock. Voice to text destroyed that. Limited edition members hats only. Yeah, well, that's a good idea. Storm Chaser video. I'm still trying to figure out how to get a hold of everyone in one shot, but we'll do that for sure. We'll reach out to the membership group and give everyone a shot at getting one of those hats. They're super awesome. They fit nice. The little backstory of these hats is that, the hat I always wear? I forgot it today, of course. It has the squash club. it's one of the only hats that I've ever kind of worn that I'm like, this fits well. And this doesn't look too bad on my big bulbous head. So I went to find the hat, and that's how I went down this road of getting the hat. So I bought 40 of them because I just like the fit of them. And I don't know why I brought that up about the hats. Yeah, so there's only 40 of them. I don't know why I did that. Psilocyborg. Reminds me of psilocybin. I know I've talked about Victoria Beach sometimes. That's where my sister's cabin. We kind of grew up there in the summer. My mom's family had cabins there in this little cluster. We used to do mushrooms there. You know, like most kids in their 20s. We'd do mushrooms at night because it would have aurora borealis on one side, you know, storms over by Gimli. Off to play squash later with Gordon Gecko. Yeah, I'm just taking a steam with Gordy. Terry Rooster. And so it was a great place to do it. But now I think, like, man, I could never do that now. I just don't think I have the strength. I don't know what it is. The emotional wherewithal to go through the dark times of one of those trips. But man, they were fun back in the day. Nothing like out in nature doing that. Yeah, so do they have a target on Binance? See, if we go back 2 months, we can see them dialing in the Binance target, the CZ target. You know, it just was an ever-creeping pressure that they just kept putting on the poor dude. Well, I mean, poor, he's not that poor, obviously. But could it go down? I mean, anything's possible. Anything's possible. I don't think it will. If it does, it will send the market down. That's great for us. You know, I don't want anyone to fail in this market. I don't want any exchange to go down. I want the best for everybody and exchange. So if that were to happen, it would be negative. However, probably pick up some pretty decent Bitcoin on sale. Dave Digital, 4/19/23, the most terrifying experience ever, but I wouldn't give it back. 4/19/23, is that a date? 4/19. I don't know. I know what you're trying to say there, but I wouldn't give it back. Yeah, some of the tough mushroom trips I've ever been on were the best experiences of my life. And then I did ayahuasca, and that was the best experience of my life. Thank you for the super chat, Sneaky Pete Vaporizers, the chillest morning live stream around. Well, you know what the interesting thing about this live stream is that I don't know about you, but I've been drinking my cup of coffee in the morning by myself for years. So it's kind of an interesting trip in its own way to share a cup of coffee with, you know, you guys all around the world, from Sneaky Pete in BC to who was in Wales? Tom Asks in Wales, and there was another guy in Manchester, and everyone in the States. So it's interesting if you think about it. I don't know about you guys. Do you I think coffee is kind of like a solitary thing. You know, a lot of people like, don't talk to me till I have my coffee, right? So interesting. Full transparency. This is probably my third cup of coffee, but it doesn't matter. Psilocybin. Heard a guy say, don't ever smoke DMT because one day you're going to die and then you'll have like the 8th best DMT trip. Yeah, I never smoked DMT. I just did ayahuasca in Peru. I've heard smoking it is like a shuttle to wherever you go. It's very quick and you come back. Whereas ayahuasca is a 2 to 4 hour trip of sorts. But it was there in Peru into the ayahuasca matrix where I saw Duke. Came back to Winnipeg, brought him in from the matrix. And now he lives here. I know it sounds weird, but Duke wouldn't be here if it wasn't for ayahuasca in Peru. So that's pretty bizarre. The market's going crazy for NVIDIA. See, you know this little thing? This little kind of, I don't know what it is, this thing I do. Duke does it. And it's hilarious. Because when his mom's yelling at him for something, he'll look at me. Like he'll be like taking the punishment from his mom. Oh, then he'll look at me during the punishment and go. And I have a good laugh, and so does he. BZ selling Bitcoin to save Binance. Yeah, that is a narrative. I don't know if that's true. Like, would we ever know? Would we ever know if that's what he's actually doing? I don't know. Maybe in retrospect we would. Welcome, Mad Faded Baby. I'm late this morning. Spencer Saker said, crazy, exact same thing happened to me and my 8-year-old son at Selva Madre. Isn't that bizarre, Spencer, you say that? Because my son's 8. Duke's 8. Yeah, so did you see him in the Matrix? Because when I say the Matrix, it's like what happened to me is that I poked my head out of this reality into the Matrix. And it was like, if you can visualize, and this is not exactly how it was, but it was similar, you know, like the lines everywhere, like going up the trees and, you know, through me and everything, that kind of matrixy line. That's where I poked it. It's kind of reminded me of that digital version of Simpsons when Homer went into that little cube and got sucked in the hole. That's what I was like. I was like in there. I'm like, oh, who's that? That's Duke. Okay. Then when I came back, I was like, okay, well, I gotta go bring Duke back. CZ doesn't have to sell because he keeps 100% solvency on all his coins. Yeah, and that's what we're told as well. You know, it's nothing would surprise me anymore if anyone was to lie about their exchange or what's going on in there, if there's any bizarre monkey business going on. So, I don't know. I just think he's being attacked. And so here's my theory. They kind of want the exchanges gone. So if you kind of think about it, where is all the on and off ramps are exactly what they are, on and off ramps from fiat. Well, they don't really want that, do they? So if they attack them, get rid of the on and off ramps, well, they can implement their either own on and off ramp, which we don't want, or never have an off ramp. But make no mistake, humans are resilient little so-and-sos, and they're going to usurp any type of regulation or dystopian handcuffs the government puts on. There'll be other exchanges. Binance is just such a huge one that I just don't think it could, in my opinion, go down. I just think it's one of those almost too big to fails. But like I said, anything's possible. It's the Wild West here. Maybe we think Binance is huge now, and in 10 years we'll be like, remember when we thought Binance was a big exchange? Right? Think about in 10 years what the market cap is, what the adoption is, what the circulation of Bitcoin and the alt industry. It'll be massive. So we will look back on Binance's size and think, it's funny we thought that was big, because whatever is the biggest in 10 years will dwarf Binance. Mad Faded Baby. Is it possible for Bitcoin to exist along with CBDC once they make it the main currency? Yeah, I think it's the reason why it will exist. I mean, once CBDC, I always tell everyone, these conversations I have at the Squash Club, once CBDCs come in, you're done. we will experience 4 generations of darkness before it's overturned. So the only way to circumvent that is through Bitcoin. So that's, I don't want to call it a fear tactic, but I'm trying to let everyone know that their money will no longer be their money. It'll be the government's money, and it will be given to them to use at the government's dictate. So if that doesn't scare you into Bitcoin, I'm afraid you're not going to make it. On a lighter note, Coney Hatch is the most underrated Canadian band. I've never heard of Coney Hatch. At first, I thought you were going to say Corey Hart, because I would have agreed with you. He is one of the most underrated pop stars in Canadian history. He was the original 80s heartthrob, Corey Hart. Never Surrender was the big song. I'm not sure if it was big enough to make a dent in the U.S. market. Dave Digital, Blood Diamond printing on the monthly on the Binance ETH chart. First time ever. Binance may be done. Steady, lads. Yeah, well, we'll see if that gets validated or invalidated. Let me know if it has. I don't really watch. I don't have, what is that, Market Cipher? I don't have it, so I'm not sure if that's validated. As Market Cipher it can get invalidated or whatever and disappear. So I'm not sure. Oh, Misco, I wear my sunglasses at night was really big as well. Yes, yeah, that was his big hit. I wear my sunglasses at night, and he had the spiky hairdo. Yeah, he was one of my first concerts I ever saw back when I was didn't even know who he was. I think my sister dragged me to it. Dave Digital says it's printing not valid yet. Yeah, I think that could be, to a certain degree, some of the FUD. We're seeing the FUD trail from ETH with that red diamond printing. Because, unless there's a red diamond on the Bitcoin monthly, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't have Market Cipher, I don't think there is. And what do these alts generally do? Well, they just follow the big dog, so maybe Bitcoin is about to have a big dump, and then ETH will too, and it'll validate that red diamond. I'm not sure. You know what? We did get lucky. Oh, it was too early. There's the diesel truck. We didn't get any of these garbage trucks because it is Wednesday. Just as I said, he's listening to the Piano Man. It's hilarious. Little does he know that there's a Piano Man right here. Johnny December says, that's a great song. Yes, I wear my sunglasses at night. I have it in a mashup. I really do that one. JP, I'm a big fan of the brothers Landreth from Winnipeg. What's the music scene like up there? Well, it's funny, JP. The Winnipeg music scene is a wacky little petri dish of serendipitous interactions with the overall global music scene. It's long-winded. A lot of very famous big bands came from Winnipeg, from the Guess Who. Some you won't know. Some are just big in Canada. The Guess Who, the Watchmen, Bachman Turner Overdrive, Chantal Kreviazek went to my high school. What else is there? Remy Shand was in my band, Leader House 5, before he got that massive record deal. Do you guys know who Remy Shand is? I think he might have been bigger in the States than he ever was in Canada. He was signed to Motown, I think, in the year 2002. I could be wrong. But at that time, it was the biggest Canadian record deal that was ever there. And a year previous, he was in the band called Leader House 5. He made the fifth guy. He quit to be like a neo-soul kind of funk. He's very talented. One of the most talented musicians I've ever kind of come across. Because he was so bizarre too. He wasn't that normal. It's a nice way of putting it, but he was ultra talented. And you could tell if you go listen to it's called Remy Shand. Remy Shand. If you go listen to his album on YouTube, or his live things, because he plays every instrument. Like he was better when he was in Leader House 5. He was better at everyone's instrument than we were. Than we were at our own instrument, whether it was guitar, bass. He was a keyboard player in Leader House 5, but he was a better bass player than a bass player, better guitar player than a guitar player. I just played rhythm guitar, but he was probably a better rhythm guitar player than me. Maybe not the better drummer, because we had a pretty good drummer at the time. But Brothers Landreth kind of came out of nowhere for me, because I don't keep my finger on the pulse of the Winnipeg music scene. Because a lot of them quit during COVID, which was to me like the general capitulation of the population. It's like, well, you're a musician, you just quit because you're not getting funded anymore by the Arts Council or whatever. So they just quit. But Brothers Landreth kept going. They're probably, in my books, one of the most underrated band, guitar player, singer, and songwriter I think Winnipeg's ever had. So if you're watching this now, you're probably like, there's no way they're that good. They are, believe me. I don't think many bands are that good, especially from Winnipeg. Like Pseudo Neighbor, like they played in cover bands all over the nightclub scene before they were in this. So I don't know them personally. I know of them and their band. Their band kind of played with everyone kind of played with everyone's band. But do yourself a favor. Go check out the Brothers Landreth on YouTube and you'll be like, holy shit, these guys are so good. They are. They wrote a song for, what's her name? There's something to talk about. Whoever that girl is. No, not Reba McEntire. Let's give him something to talk about. Talk about love, love, love. Can't remember. Anyway, they wrote a song for her, and I think it won a Grammy. So, very underrated. Your life will probably be different musically once you kind of discover them, because they have a lot of songs on YouTube. Yeah, let's see if Duke has a YouTube channel now. He made this video, you guys remember, with his skibbity toilet cameraman hat? Just him dancing to Everybody Wants to Rule the World. And that's a song in the Skibbity Toilets ecosphere. Bonnie Raitt, that's right, Misco. Bonnie Raitt, yeah. They wrote the song for Bonnie Raitt, and it won a Grammy. Hey, buddy boy. Are you ready for your squash camp today? Yeah. Are you bullish or bearish on the old market? Bullish. Whoa. How come? Is it the NVIDIA earnings? No?
Actually, kind of bearish.
Oh, actually kind of bearish. Interesting. Is it because of the NVIDIA earnings?
Yeah, I don't think Nanny's watching.
Oh, he doesn't think Nanny's watching. Oh, that's right. Well, Dave Digital knows you better than you know yourself. He said, because of Nanny. So his video is him dancing to Everybody Wants to Rule the World in his camera hat. And he uploaded it, I don't know, less than a week ago. It's got over 1,000 views. Which is crazy, because yesterday's video doesn't have 1,000 views. And this little so-and-so, this little Dickens, this little Scamps cameraman video has over 1,000. His channel's Infinity Duke, if you want to check the video out. Are you ready to sing us out, buddy?
We're playing the same game as psychopathic weeds. That's right.
They can't hear you.
Tactic. There. When the banks the boom the spring fit. Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have an amazing day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Make sure you like and subscribe.